You may not realize, but as a human, we all experience one type of emotion, nostalgia. Have you ever felt nostalgia?
Yes, I have.
Yes. Yes, I have.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
When I start interviewing people, I noticed something surprising. Almost everyone had experienced nostalgia. So, what is nostalgia? Nostalgia is a warm, sometimes bittersweet feeling that comes when our mind drifts back to the moment from the past. Nostalgia is more than just remembering. It is a deep emotional connection to times that have shaped us, moments that still live quietly in our hearts no matter how many years pass. It reaches beyond memory, touching the very core of who we are because it holds pieces of our identity, our value, and our sense of belonging. It can appear suddenly and unexpectedly, often brought on by something small, yet it carries with a flood of emotion, comfort, joy, longing, and sometimes a gentle sadness. And in that mix of feelings, there is a certain beauty, because nostalgia allows us to step outside of the present for a moment and reconnect with the essence of our own story. It reminds us not only of where we have been, but also of the road we have traveled, the people we have met, and the lessons we have carried forward.
Now, why do people feel this emotion?
People feel nostalgia for many different reasons, and it is often a natural part of being human. This emotion can be triggered by a familiar smell in the air, a piece of music that stirs old feeling, a faded photograph, or even just a random thought that quietly drifts into our mind. These moments act like gentle reminders from the past, pulling us back to times that once felt safe, simple, and full of meaning. Nostalgia tends to appear most often during periods when we feel uncertain about the future, lonely in the present, or disconnected from the people and places around us. In those moments, our brain instinctively searches through the archives of our memory and brings forward experiences that help us feel comforted, connected, and grounded. It serves as a quiet reassurance that we have lived through joy before and that we can find it again. At its core, nostalgia is a complex emotion because it blends warmth and longing. It can bring a smile to our face while also placing a gentle edge in our heart. Interestingly, even though it can sometimes bring tears to our eyes, nostalgia is often a deeply comforting and restorative feeling. Psychologists have found that it can lower stress levels, reduce feelings of isolation, and strengthen our sense of belonging. It can remind us of our purpose and help us see the value in the life we are living right now. In fact, many researchers call it a psychological resource, a mental tool that helps us stay emotionally balanced, resilient in the face of challenges, and connected to the deeper meaning of our personal story. Ultimately, nostalgia is not just about looking back, it is also about carrying something forward. The memories it stirs up remind us that the love, happiness, and the meaning we once felt are still a part of us today. In that way, nostalgia acts as a bridge between the past and the present, showing us that while time moves on, the most important parts of who we are remain.
So, what time in life that most people feel nostalgic?
High school life.
My high school life.
High school life.
High school.
High school life.
When we did our interviews, we found that most people miss high school the most. Not because everything was perfect, but because life felt simpler and friendship was stronger. As a university student, I also miss my high school because there are a lot of activities that are unforgettable.
During break times, my friends would either gossip or play card games with one another, and they also loved sneaking food into the classroom. Things were so much simpler back then. Going into grade 12, it was truly a mix of stress and fun. Everyone was hyper-focused on the national exam, which is the baccalaureate, but I decided not to stress too much. I studied at home and saved my classroom time for making memories with my friends. I mean, it was our last year together, might as well enjoy it before we all graduated.
Looking back, it's clear why we feel nostalgic for those days. High school gave us moments that seemed ordinary then, but now it means everything.
So, is this emotion important?
Yes, nostalgia is very important.
Nostalgia is more than just a warm feeling. It's a gentle reminder of who we once were and a quiet guide to who we're becoming. When we look back on the moments that made us smile, laugh, or feel deeply loved, we're not just remembering the past. We're reconnecting with the parts of ourselves that still live within those memories. Nostalgia is important because it connects us to our identity. It tells the story of our lives, what we've been through, who we've loved, what has shaped us. It also brings people together. When we share stories from the past with friends or family, we're not just telling them old tales, we're building bonds and understanding. Nostalgia helps us remember the good times, reflect on what we were like back then, and in doing so, it strengthens our sense of self and purpose. Sometimes simply revisiting old memories can spark new ideas and inspiration. The past does not need to be forgotten, especially when it's filled with moments that shape the person we are today. In difficult times, nostalgia can act as a refugee. It reminds us that we've experienced joy, connections, and hope, and we can feel those things again. Looking back at a playful moment can give us strength to move forward. It motivates us to create a meaningful experience and remind us that even through time passes, the emotion and memories we carry are still very much alive with us.
In short, nostalgia is a privilege, yearning for your own memories. So, if you feel nostalgia, it means that you have lived a life worth living.